Night vision. Having the ability to see in the dark is an incredible superpower that you are able to buy, but unfortunately it is an expensive hobby to get into. Here I'll be showcasing how you can get into night vision, quote, on a budget. I say this in quotes because you are still going to spend from around a few $100 to a few $1,000 depending on how you follow this video. Everything that I show in this video will be linked in the description below, as well as timestamps so you don't have to listen to my annoying voice the whole time. Enjoy the video. Blems are dark spots or splotches that usually obscure your ability to see through your tube. Some are worse than others, and they all vary in size and shape. Units with blems are entirely usable, and generally you won't notice most blems when actually using them versus looking at a white wall. Blemed units are almost always going to be cheaper, and when trying to save some extra coin, it can be helpful to a buyer on a budget. No blems are almost always going to be more expensive, though for people willing to pay more for that extra clarity, it can be worth it. Buying a used unit is going to be your best bet for savings, but there's going to be an opportunity cost with it. Generally with a used unit, you most likely won't have a warranty, and you'd be buying from an individual seller. You also have the possibility of getting a lemon or a seller that isn't completely honest with what all they have. Best thing to do is make sure they are a reputable seller by looking for vouchers, checking their profile to see if they're legit, and to ensure their pictures and videos of the item they're selling is in fact theirs. Versus a new unit, generally this will be sold by a dealer and will usually have a warranty, though you most likely will be paying a premium for said warranty and other services that they include with their sale. Generally, with an individual seller, you are going to have to vet them more to ensure that you don't get a bad deal. But the pro is that you are more likely to get a unit for cheaper. Personally, I got the units that I own from individual sellers, and they have all worked out great. But that is because I took a bit of extra time to vet them and ensure the deal I was getting was legit. One of the sellers I recommend is Cole Durham or Monocular Solutions on Instagram. If you're uncomfortable with taking a chance on a used unit or an individual seller, a dealer is usually a much safer option. Generally though, you will be paying more of a premium compared to an individual seller, but having a warranty and that peace of mind is nice to have when buying a used. For most new users, I'd recommend this route as you won't have to worry as much about weeding through what may be a sketchy or untrustworthy deal. Some dealers I personally recommend are dark, steel, or custom night vision.
Duals or binoculars are nicer to have but are more expensive. They offer better depth perception and are easier to navigate with as both eyes are seeing the same image. Especially with articulating duals, you are able to flip up a pod and view ambient lighting conditions, check your phone, or flip both tubes up so you can focus on something else. PTS 14s or monoculars come in all varieties and are generally the best option for a new user. They sit over one eye while the other is viewing the outside world. This can be handy as you are actively able to see ambient lighting conditions more frequently. They also have a multitude of accessories and other mounting options. PTS 7s or Bi-Oculars are okay. Generally they are a lot cheaper, but for some people they don't work as great because of the unnatural bi-ocular view that they offer. They generally offer fewer mounting options compared to a PTS 14. Check out Hop's video for more details. Sionyx is for the turbo pourers. It is the cheapest option of all. It's great for more casual applications, but they are greatly hindered in comparison to the above options. Check out my other video I made for more details.
OpsCore and Team Wendy have plenty of accessories for either, but they have been going up in price a lot recently. PTS is a solid option. Their pads are very adjustable and the shroud is pretty solid for being semi-plastic, though there is no retention dial on the rear of the helmet. Then you have China helmets. They are generally hit or miss, though personally I have one that has been pretty solid, but normally I would not recommend this option, especially when a new PTS helmet is around $100. If you'd like to check out the video that I made on it, feel free to check out this link. Since this is a video for pours, I'm going to recommend looking into a China G24. They have been getting increasingly better, and I would even argue they are, quote, just as good as the real G24. If you want to go with the real G24, it'll be fine, but you're generally going to spend anywhere from $400 to $550 versus a China one, which goes around for $50 to $100. In the case of a PTS 14 or monocular, you're going to want a J-arm. This is the thing that will slot into your mount and hold onto your monocular. This is the one time that I recommend buying something quality. AX are generally the more budget-friendly options, and they also offer articulation, which allows you to move your monocular around as if it were a dual tube. With Wilcox J-arms, I'd actually not recommend them because they do not offer articulation, and once you experience articulation for the first time, you'll never want to go back. Plus, Wilcox J-arms are generally going to be more expensive. There are also China J-arms out there, but you won't be saving much to justify a cheaper solution. These are more of the niche options that aren't necessarily as important as the other items mentioned in this video, but they do offer some better quality of life. First being the counterweight. This allows you to offset the weight of whatever unit you run so you don't overstrain your neck. There are plenty of options available here. For my budget setup, I personally have some lead weights on a piece of fabric that has Velcro sewn onto it, so I can attach my weights to the Velcro of my helmet. It does the job, but it's nothing perfect. You can also get counterweight pouches, such as the OpsCore rebrands. Next would be a helmet light. You can find these anywhere from $400 all the way up to $400. Though, considering the nature of the video, I'll recommend the one that I use, which is a $15 IR floodlight that I got off of Amazon. I stuck adhesive Velcro to it and attached it to my helmet. It does everything I need, from umbrella lighting, seeing down a dark hallway, or helping me navigate my way down darker patches of land when there's little ambient light. Another light that I would recommend is a strobe light. These allow you to signal to others your position. In my case, I use it when I'm walking down a dark path or street, and it allows non-night vision users to see me so I don't get hit by a car, or in the case of Airsoft, it acts as a quote dead light. Some helmet strobes also have an IR and visual light, so you can switch between them as needed. Most you can find on Amazon for pretty cheap. Lastly is retention. Retention is key, so in the case that your mount breaks or fails, your night vision doesn't just disappear into the void. Generally, forms of retention will attach to your night vision directly, and then will attach to your helmet via Velcro or a clip of some sort. Most forms of retention can be had for pretty cheap, or even be crafted for as little as $10, such as my case. Personally, I got a Velcro patch, some bungee cord, a key ring, and stitched them all together.